Okay, here we are back in Civilization 5 with Cthulhu, and I took a little break since I last played. I spent a little while trying to refresh myself on what all happened. But there are a couple things to mention. The mod itself has been updated. I guess the Eldritch Terror is now exclusive to the Shoggoth. But I did not update this one because usually you'll have compatibility issues whenever you try to update a game that's already in progress. I don't know if it was actually smoothed out ahead of time, but I'm not taking the chance. One of the things I was looking at though is I think the piety tree. Yes, this will cause your holy sites to provide 3 culture per turn. So I may come back to that once I'm done with my autocracy. But anyway, as for this part, I need to get ready to invade the other continent. It's mostly likely going to be a peaceful episode as I prepare my navy to go blitz Maria Teresa. No. One of the things that I remember leaving off on is I have to deal with his missionary spam. I think I generated a missionary of my own and started to send it up there. Yeah, right here. Okay, we got the Eiffel Tower constructed for Bucharest, not Budapest. I finally got in the habit of actually looking at those names more closely so that I don't keep making that mistake. And let's go ahead and create Darwin's Academy. And let me move this over to what's relevant to us. Military base. Okay, refrigeration is one of the things I definitely want to get. I'm probably going to turn and get that after flight because submarines are freaking sweet. They make naval battles extremely fun. And I have a worker that needs orders over here. So this is in range of Nineveh, which is a puppet, so I'm going to go ahead and trading post this. But the Prora, yeah, you'll pay in time, Gandhi. Losing grasp on Laventa, no longer friends with Brussels. Losing grasp on Mombasa. Where do I have my spies again? Milan, Samarkand, and Bucharest. They are friends with the Iroquois. I'm going to go ahead and give them 250 gold just so I can keep getting their faith per turn, which should in turn increase my science output. Bucharest, I do want to keep the culture. For them, I'm going to give them 250 also. Really, this is just a series of band-aids, but Mombasa... they're friends with Harun, eh? Do I have anything inside? I think I'm willing to let them fall. Okay, as for this place, I can go ahead and start working on the museum. And do I have a military academy here already? Because that's pretty important for building my navy. Necronomicon. Okay, I don't actually know what that is. Faith in the Great Ones. Yeah, okay, so I definitely need to queue up the military academy once Broadway finishes. So if everything works out correctly, I should actually be able to complete that around the time I'll finish refrigeration, then I can get my submarines in the water. And I thought I heard the sound of disembarkment, and indeed I did. Now I just need to overpower Kufa to get that damn Islam out of there. Caravan. I had it going to Lang. What was Lang up to? Okay. Missionary. And there we go. So that should put a halt to his missionary spam. Anyway, we still have to burn turns. It's going to be like this for a little while, since we have to tech up. But Broadway, I need to get the Prora, it's autocracy required, so that's our unique building for our ideology. And it must be constructed in a coastal city, which means I can only build it in R'lyeh. Budapest wants Milan bullied. Why do my allies want me to pick on other allies? Okay, we have the well constructed, so I'm up to 21 oil. I can actually build a moderately sized air force. And I'm just going to go ahead and burn the last faith cast. So I don't know if I actually want to go through the hassle of generating a great profit to head over there. If he wants to generate missionaries, he's going to have to do it over here, and that's going to take time to travel. Anyway, next turn. And this is taking a little while. Let's peek on Gandhi's border. Seriously? Okay. If he does declare war, that would be awesome. But I have my doubts. Anyway, next turn the Heroic Epic and Broadway will finish. Then I need to convert this museum. Once the museum finishes, I need a military academy there. I'm going to use that place to build an air force. I may just rush by a carrier so that I can start stocking up on my jets. We'll see. Well, they're not really jets at the beginning, they're triplanes. And we're going to beat the Wright brothers by a decent margin. And I like that quote even though they don't read it out loud. So as for Gage, I need to take a look at a couple things, see if he's worth burning here. I'm going to be in the modern era for a little bit. Do I have actually a lot of music from the modern era? Renaissance, modern, Renaissance, modern. Okay, that's actually going to work out great. So for Broadway's bonus, you have to have it from the same era and Civ. So once I burn Gage here, we're going to go from 65 to 67. Did it go in the right spot? No, it did not. So we move that over there, now +3 tourism and culture per turn. And what do I need here? Same era and Civ. R'lyeh Renaissance, R'lyeh Modern. Yeah, I can't actually do anything about that just yet. Well, it's on my to-do list. Hermitage. As nice as that is, I'm gonna go for a castle. Here, one turn for the military academy, next turn I'm gonna change gears. And my religion is not penetrating down here.
Aeronautics is neither an industry nor a science. It is a miracle.
Okay, gearing up for refrigeration. And like I said, here I need the military academy. Here we're going to queue up the Prora. And if you wondered why I put Kulam here, boom. And I don't remember where the Great Wall was in my previous video to know if it actually moved out any. The entire thing is neutralized once the enemy researches dynamite, which even Gandhi should be kind of close to at the moment. Demographics. Wow. 47%. Number 2 for manufacturing goods, 3 for crop, and 3 for pop. That's a little depressing. Oh well. I'm sure the pro will cheer me up. We're gonna go from 25 happiness to what? So we went from 25 to 38, and yes, I did pause to read the quote there since I don't go autocracy very often. Anyway, that pro does give us a free social policy, so we could actually go for rationalism, or we can look at our tier 3s. Plus 50% tourism to civs fighting common enemies. Gain 6 more influence per turn with city-states you could demand tribute from. Or receive a... Yeah, the legacy isn't really that good. Gunboat Diplomacy I think I can actually make work, so I'm going to take that. And is there another rank 1 that I want? National Wonder? No, no, no. United Front's not bad. But I can take Free Thought, which will actually increase my science output even further. And let me see, 613, and that's going to put us at 690. Anyway, we need the military academy. I may start working on Hermitage there, since this has all of my culture stuff. 164 per turn. This place is 67 and 47, so hopefully that puts things a little in context for you guys. Anyway, let's just go ahead and start the trading post spam. The castle's gonna finish next turn, and I can actually start working on an air force there if I so please. And I actually do need to reposition some of my guys to use the gunboat diplomacy. That's how I got Mombasa. And I can go send a couple guys over to Los friggin' Mayans.
Maalopkin, anak ditej.
Okay, we forgave them before. He's lower on my hit list than Maria Teresa. And... Great War Bomber. Anyway, it's time to start using our diplomatic skills on Lhasa. Gonna send a cavalry over there. I'm going to put one on the border of Samarkand. And this guy... I'm also going to send him over to Lhasa just in case the one is not enough. So if you're wondering why I want the military academy before I start doing anything here, because of my one social policy total war, I can actually start with level 3 units here in Relais. So that means I can have aerial units with air repair immediately, I can have submarines with the 3rd level of Wolfpack. And I definitely need more spies. The one guy I have doing counterintelligence isn't actually helping. And damn it, he got truffles. Do I actually have those or no? Okay, I do. I can let that slide. Still curious if he actually wants to pick a fight. Ooh, he has muskets. Losing grasp on Brussels again. And Greece has taken Mombasa. He only has 38. I'm gonna go ahead and just steal Brussels. Since I'm not going to be fighting in the near future, I can go ahead and just take it.
मैं आपकी शांति की कामना करता हूँ.
And let's see if he actually picks a fight, because I can just go down there and end him. There's my privateer. Can I actually upgrade that yet, or does that require... Oh yeah, I could upgrade it to an ironclad, but the destroyer is... down here under combustion. And he does have a missionary going to Kufa, so I'm going to have to keep an eye out on that. And if Alexander wants to start the international games, that's fine with me, but I need to repeal the crab ban. Let's see, Alexander has 7 votes, so he might actually be able to do that. And I actually will change gears to take part in that because it will help. If it gets passed, I'll show you what it does immediately. If not, then I'll just mouse over the suggestion so you can see. Losing grasp on La Venta. Well, that's just because my guys haven't quite arrived yet. Is in awe of me, but they're also tied with the Mayans and the Greeks. So yes, the international games passed. In terms of tourism, I am sitting at the top. And historical landmarks. This would piss off the Arabs, the Indians, and the Iroquois, but the Mayans and the Austrians would go along with it. What this means is that I can actually get culture from my academies and my holy sites, and I actually want that. Greeks have taken Anyway, over here I am going to queue it up, so international games. If we contribute 540 production, we get a +3 happiness. If we give 1080, we get +3 happiness and 30 influence with city-states. And if we are the highest contributor, we get bonus tourism and a free social policy. So that's our incentive to taking part in the entire thing. And if you're wondering why this trading post is worth 3 science, because the 2 from the jungle with the university in Delhi, that's why. Those missionaries are really pissing me off. He's upset, I don't care. And I may need to start shipping food into Relay so that it can keep growing. I don't have enough guys to man all the specialist slots yet. Okay, now we're just gonna sit here and look intimidating. So, base resistance. They are currently resilient. I may need to send an extra guy up here. We'll check. 17 influence this turn. We'll see what it's at next turn. And to Samarkand, we need to spread the Call of Cthulhu. Okay, yeah, we are making strides. And the international games, we contributed 125. As for this guy, think I'm just gonna put him to sleep for a while. Or I could have him go create a farm here, maybe. It's generating 10 food per turn. I'm not using this tile or that one, so I'm not very efficient. Yeah, I'm just gonna put him to sleep. Okay, next turn we get our first plane, a bomber to be specific. Yeah, I don't care. No longer friends with Laventa. I wasn't aware we were friends. Oh wait, that's last time at Laventa. We found Byblos. They're a maritime state. So I don't really see any change there. Gonna send the Berber cavalry up here. And they still industrialization.
السلام عليكم.
My options are actually sadly limited there. But industrialization, how new is that? Okay, it's a little obsolete. Right. Malacca, don't care about them. Laventa. Okay, as for our bomber, there are one of two ways you can go with this. You can have it specialize in destroying land units, or have it really lay into cities. I actually usually prefer the bombardment route. And we can take level 2 there, and then that unlocks range +2, and more importantly of all, air repair. So what this means is, even if you attack, you are still going to heal. And under certain circumstances, you can pretty much just assault indefinitely with that. And let's look at the international games. We've contributed 244 so far. I'm going to go a little bit further before I get off the project. Kinda wish I could see the attrition on that thing, and damn it, it's back to Islam. They can't make it easy on me, can they?
And homes, near 1,000 homes I stood, and near 1,000 tables pined and wanted food.
And let's see. I'm gonna go for replaceable parts so I can go to plastics, which will unlock the Shoggoth for me, the Research Lab, and Cristo Redentor. Anyway, the worker has the trading post up, so I'm just gonna have him toss up another one. And I need to create another missionary to go back up there. I'm really considering setting a great profit down here to start cutting into their influence. And that's the last unhappy customer. No longer friends with Malacca, don't care. Okay, the Berber cavalry has arrived, and we're now up to 24 influence, so we are making strides. Anyway, we need to go up here to Kufa. And we almost have Mombasa. Gunboat Diplomacy for the win. Okay, Alexander and Maria Theresa are no longer fighting. Alexander made peace with Hiawatha. And Hiawatha is now number 2 in the game, so I wonder if he took something of Alexander's. Anyway, we have a lot to cut through here. Budapest has given us a unit, a new Berber cavalry. Brussels wants our religion. So for this guy, I'm going to go ahead and toss him... Yeah, I don't actually have anywhere to put him. Okay, you're going to stand over here and look intimidating in front of Gandhi. That's your job. Lhasa. Or I could send it all the way down to Byblos. Let's see, Malacca, that would expose it to Gandhi and Harun. And electronics is also something worthwhile to pick up. I think I may actually go for it after plastics, though, because that will give you the battleship, which is the upgrade to the frigate. And also the aircraft carrier there so that I can transport my planes. India and Arabia are now friends. Sublime. And this place is turning. Okay, I was sending him to Damascus for some reason. Might have been religious purposes. But we are now friends with Lhasa. And it's only going to continue to get better from here. No navy, so no. Okay, the games are a third of the way done. And we've contributed enough for the silver at least. Going to switch the capital to Hermitage. And we're going to buy a sub.
Heal it.
Okay, Alexander caught up to us. What the hell was that? Okay. Fire 2. And there we go. Now the sub... Can't see its vision range. Who has the Great Lighthouse? For all I know, it could be me. Alexander does. So that's going to give him a vision bonus, sadly, and mobility in water, but at least our enemies don't have it until it's time for us to find Alexander. And I don't care about making friends with Haroon. I can go send the submarine over here and sink his new navy. They want a great scientist. Golden Age.
السرحكي قهتي جدادو
I don't care. Melbourne. Wonder if those guys might be influencing it as well. Put him here, he'll be on both borders. And I'm going to go ahead and generate the Great Scientist here. So, boom. Or just gives me a free tech, that's right. Let's go ahead and get railroad, screw it. But by maxing out the science tree, you can actually just buy great scientists using faith, so not a big deal. And as for this guy, I don't think this can be settled anymore. Well, maybe right here, but how long until I can claim those? 10 turns? I don't see any settlers around, so we'll move him out. And I am going to manually control the submarine so I can go explore over here. Gandhi is industrial. now that he's actually in my territory, I'm gonna leave him alone for a moment. And I can convert this into a trading post now. International games. 67% of the way down, we contributed 2,000. We'll go a little bit further before I change gears, but I probably should take one city off and... Okay, deal. Take one city off and just leave the other one to keep going. Ria Teresa is now modern. And I don't actually know where in the research tree they went into modern at, so one thing to keep in mind. Yeah, I don't give a damn about the road. And we now are the ally of Lhasa. Okay.
Nothing is particularly hard if you divide it into small jobs.
Got a new musician. So, 5 delegates for the host, 3 for the others, 1 for the Civs. Or for the city-states, I mean. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use this. I don't think I can actually have a prophet or missionary use their ability from the water, so this place actually is kind of solid, but it's changing over to... Is that Catholicism or Protestant Catholicism? So it's not going to be going the way he wants regardless. As for the host, the only one fitting of such a task is me, of course. Okay, we've impressed Milan, we've taken control of Lhasa. Yes, I burned the... And Great War Infantry upgrade. So where are my other rifles? If I have any anymore. Only those 2? Okay, that may be something worth looking into. And I may need to turn this place to... Ooh. Okay, that one's not going anywhere. Anyway, caravan. We can send this one to... Rylay, that's fine. And I'm actually going to go ahead and make a new Great War Infantry before I start working on my Air Force again, so that I can have a couple Shoggoths once they're ready. But once Hermitage finishes, that should be something like an extra 75 culture per turn. I'm not actually looking at Rylay, I have to see. Bucharest is in awe. So, we're actually starting to take the world by storm. I may almost inadvertently set myself up for a Diplo victory here. Oops. 167, and this is a 50% increase. Okay. So we have to continue playing the waiting game. Yeah, I don't care. Once I have a couple more submarines, I can just go sink every single boat she has. Melbourne wants sugar, don't care. going to be an 85 increase, not 75 approximately. And we only have 2 vision. Sadly, I just don't get the feeling he's serious
आप क्या
about the
चाहते
war.
हैं?
320 gold. It's probably about time for me to actually start upgrading these. Okay, next turn we get Hermitage. Losing grasp on Brussels. Not what I wanted to hear. We are winning over Melbourne. And I am going to go ahead and burn the faith for the Great Prophet. So we're now generating 224 here. Yep, it's time for a new submarine. As for the international games, we're at 96%. Hopefully I am the largest contributor. If not, it's not the end of the world. It's just the extra production that I didn't spend on infrastructure will just be going to waste. Kinda wish I had enough boats here just to put up a blockade so that missionary can't get up to Kufa. But it's not like that thing's actually going to be changing. Anyway, I want to hit. And she did beat me, so... She gets tourism, free social policy. Oh well. Still going to take her cities. Anyway, let's go ahead and just create the garden here. Great Prophet. Okay, we need some more missionaries. And we're slowly losing our grasp on Mecca, which sucks. No longer friends with Byblos or Cape Town. Cape Town doesn't give us... Those are both maritime, so less food. And I generated a new trade route, so I'm going to create a cargo ship. Hiawatha is now modern. I can probably actually move my spies around since I'm using Gunboat Diplomacy instead of spies to rig my elections. Anyway, let's give him drill 2. Give him drill 3. Okay, triplane. Bomber. Okay, that should weaken his influence considerably. It's just... Is he generating those in Damascus, perhaps? Well, even Damascus is starting to turn. Oh well. The submarine in question is over here. And she still has frigates. A couple frigates. And I'm sending this one to Assur. Actually, Delhi might not have been a bad choice, since I could try to hit from over here. Wonder if they're just falling sway to the Gunboat Diplomacy, even if I don't have guys directly on their border. Basically just like what happened to Melbourne and essentially Lhasa. Alexander and Pakal have now come to blows. Arabia and the Mayans are now friends. And an ideology was adopted. Iroquois went for freedom. Diplomacy, global politics, autocracy, order. So yeah, that's going to cause conflict with Maria Theresa. Yep. Okay, that could be some pressure off my back over there. And boom. Okay, my cargo ship. I can actually send it to Milan, which will help turn this place to Cthulhu. Yeah, I think that's my best bet. Okay, let's send him to Samarkand. And my cavalry is actually within their borders, so I wonder if that's actually worth more. We'll see if I can actually inflict terror into Byblos. And this will help us considerably. He's Alexander the Terrible. So let me make sure. Porcelain Tower, that's going to generate an extra 50% from the research agreements, and then the final social policy and the rationalism tree gives you another 50%, so we're actually going to be getting double from that. And since we're the tech leader, it's going to be even bigger. I don't know if they're using research agreements, but they really are going to be in my dust if they don't get their crap together. Okay, more wolf pack. Gotta build a privateer just in case I need to steal a city-state from the sea, or steal the city in general from the sea. Okay, we need to keep an eye on that missionary. Kinda wish these would turn faster. Oh well.
आपने मासूम
Yeah, I'm still forgiving him out of pity. So glad I had iron. Otherwise I'd probably be in his shoes at the moment. And I don't know why his stuff is all over here. Budapest can just mow that down with their machine guns. $24. So, only 8 pressure. But I also want to get Khorasan and Pataliputra so that it really stunts his missionary output. Anyway, I'm going to have this one go lend a hand with Byblos. And it looks like he couldn't turn it. So his religion may be on the out. Does Alexander have a religion? Get over it. No, he does not. And I'm popular as usual. Come on, I want to get some Shaggoths. I want to see what they actually look like. Okay, great engineer, that means I can just pick up Cristo Redentor that easily. Bomber, bombardment, air repair, and we're gonna have it sleep until I'm ready to go on the offensive. actually gonna open the piety thing. Broadcast tower. Let's make an archaeologist just for the heck of it. I can actually excavate a couple sites to get relics for culture purposes. If I put those into relay, then of course it's going to get the modifier from Hermitage. And speaking of Hermitage, I actually didn't look at it. Different eras, different civs. And we were going to have this one pick up coastal raiders so that I can attack cities. And the logistics, no. Let's go for mobility. As for the triplanes, these are for interception. You can shoot down incoming aircraft like enemy bombers. So I'm going to pick up interception 2. And you have your options of sortie, where you can do 2 intercepts 1 turn. You can pick up range for just more range. Or you could even go for air repair, since you can be damaged if you dogfight. I think I'm going to take sortie. I'm going to put it on intercept right now, just in case someone has an Air Force unit that I don't know about. And we're going to get our next sub. Over here, I'm going to crank out another archaeologist. And with 50 happiness per turn, shouldn't take me too long to get another golden age. I think I probably have the highest approval rating. Yep. Most GNP, but not most production. Alexander has a lot more than I do. I'm only slightly above average.
Ben, I want to say...
Okay, Curacao. Pressure, 12 pressure. And I am starting to sway Bucharest and Melbourne. Cargo ship, it can keep going wherever the hell it was going. Samarkand in this case. Hasn't made any progress since I moved the missionary. And you know what? Let's send him down to Byblos also. Chichen Itza's in danger from Alexander, I assume. Anyway, time to queue up Cristo Redentor. We're going to pop Archimedes. And it's upgrade time. 400 for a Shoggoth. Okay. And here we go. I was expecting more. Oh well. So the neat thing about Cristo Redentor is that's going to lower the cost of social policies by 10%. This is going to go down to about 6,900 something. And every social policy from then on out will be cheaper. With the amount of culture we're generating, we should actually just be able to generate a crapload of happiness from that as we start moving east. Vienna, 22 people. Okay, Prophet, need him over here. 5 turns. As for Byblos, I'm just steadily losing influence there. And I'm gonna queue up the research labs once these archaeologists are out. Greece has taken Bucharest from me? Those bastards. Okay, I only have to take 5 back from him. Ah, that's my only source of silk, isn't it? Yes, it is. So that will turn back in time. There goes Chichen Itza. Seems to be on the up and up. Okay, research lab. As for the archaeologist, we are going to send him right here. Still want those to turn faster, damn it. And I'm not seeing any more missionaries of his. Wonder if he finally threw in the towel. Ooh, he's no longer the majority in Basra. Well, that makes things a little exciting. New Berber cavalry. Gonna go ahead and park this in Bucharest. As for my frigates, I need to recall them for when I can upgrade them to battleships. That's going to convert them over to using oil instead of iron, I believe. And unfortunately, my oil also has to go to my Air Force, so that may be my limiting resource. Anyway, research lab, we're going to send this one here. And time to start excavating. Okay, Byblos is currently at 23. Yeah, Chichen Itza is definitely recovering. Yeah, you're only getting marble in exchange for truffles. Actually, hold on. If I give him cotton instead, I might be able to trade the marble to someone else. On the off chance there is one person left in this world that doesn't hate my guts, that is. Okay. We are making progress with Byblos. As for my prophet, he's still making progress over there, and we just have to wait for Cristo Redentor. And we'll start on the next excavation.
Healer, okay?
And... okay, I don't want to let those actually get past the size of a Lang. I may need to start converting those farms into trading posts. Yep, Biblos got the memo. They're friends with Alexander, and it's actually going to take me a while to eat away his influence there. So now the social policy is only 6,900. As for this place, I'm taking it back. Okay, once the research lab is done, my infrastructure should actually be pretty solid for a while, and I can definitely go full forward in making military units. Definitely need the navy, and we'll see if we can blitz Vienna. Bakal has made peace with Bucharest, thanks to me. And the city-states may actually provoke a fight with Alexander. Embargo Austria, don't care, I want the historical landmarks. I'm up to 16 votes. So 9 with them, 9 with the others, total 18 votes against. That can go against me. But I think Austria is going to spend theirs to defend themselves, and I should just be able to force the landmark thing through. Okay. Yep, I'm the only one to influence them now. That should keep him in check for a while. As for Damascus, I still need to become influential over here. Damn it. I can afford it, so I'm gonna pick up another missionary and send it down there and see if I can actually just stamp out that one too. You can see I can buy the Great Scientist here. Great Prophet's now up to 7,050. Ouch. And we're almost good enough to wrap up this installment. Hopefully next time I can actually start moving out into the ocean and blitz Maria Theresa. I want an aircraft carrier to carry my planes into battle for me. I'm going to give it at least 2 spots for extra aircraft so it can carry 4. That way I can deal with any aircraft that she has. Bucharest wants Neuschwan. I think that's... yeah, I can't really pronounce it. Neuschwanstein or something like that. Can't build that since I don't have any mountains. I think only Maria Theresa can. And we're just gonna sit there and look intimidating. Pretty much the way diplomacy works. Mayans tied us in influence for Malacca. And I'm gonna leave him here.
Hilet, okay? Soy tauta gata.
I don't recall selling him marble. Maybe I was. Can I get 6 out of him? Alright. Okay, moving on up. Does the carrier require oil too? No, it doesn't. And the carrier actually doesn't have any guns to shoot things itself. It does have guns to defend itself, but otherwise you have to protect it. And of course, if it goes down, the ships aboard it also go down. So you definitely have reason to protect your aircraft carriers, and actually you want to leave them a little bit in the back. The planes have a range of 6, I think, on the first level, so you can definitely stay outside of range. And a Mayan spy met his maker.
Maalopkin.
And I'm gonna let that slide because it's good enough knowing they were wrong about 2012 and everything. And if not, well, I still have a couple years to beat them to it.
Pahiyante. Le
Chichen Itza was captured. Wonder if Alexander's actually going to finish him off. We'll make things slightly more exciting. Actually, hold on, this place can build Neuschwanstein. And culture victory apparently is within grasp. We are influential over India, but we're losing ground against Austria. Okay. That happened. Yeah, I'm gonna send that to Malacca. Gonna be greedy. Worst come to worst, if it gets destroyed, I can always just buy a new one. Okay, the missionary has arrived in Damascus. And if you're wondering, archaeologists are not like missionaries where they can just walk into enemy territory. For those to actually enter, you have to have a treaty. And this is what people say when you are influential over them. Yeah, Gandhi is really, really far behind. That's just an example of a really bad start, more than anything, I'd say. People we all like to visit. Okay, I've never seen this one before, but saying that I'm influential over one civ. And Damascus has turned. I'm bringing the Shoggoth down here. And I actually need to get the workers back to work. I need to actually build a railroad. So where's the other guy I have sleeping on the job? Yeah, let's get another triplane. New research agreement. Arabia and the Iroquois. Yeah, don't give a damn. Okay, that's... With Hiawatha in second, that's not the greatest news, but he is trailing behind in tech somewhat. Alexander and Maria Theresa both hit modern before him, and I'm still the tech leader thanks to the way the faith in the science thing works.
There's a basic principle about consumer electronics. It gets more powerful all the time, and it gets cheaper all the time.
How true, how true. So, there's our battleship. We need to recall this to upgrade it, which will be next turn. And as fun as getting uranium would be, well, that does improve Academy science. I'm going to pick up combustion so I can upgrade my boats into destroyers. +1 faith. Let's get Mandate of Heaven first of all. So that brings down the cost of the Inquisitors and missionaries, but not the scientists and the prophets, sadly. And I only really care to upgrade these 3 cities to railroad tiles, since that does cost you an extra gold per turn to maintain. Don't really care about the other places. And Alexander actually has a decent fleet. He also has great war infantry. Well, I have the Shoggoth now, so I'm actually ahead. And Gandhi has a great engineer, Nikolaus August Otto. Don't actually recognize his name. Okay, time to vote. And throwing everything into my historical landmarks. As for my battleship, we are actually going to move him up to take the place of the one I had to recall. And I'm going to actually just flat out buy a battleship to show you the level 3. So we're going to take bombardment, and all of a sudden range. So now this one can actually reach out 4 spaces instead of 3. It's going to make sieging Vienna a lot easier. As for Graz, there's no water access to that place, so I'm probably going to have to move over my Shoggoths to finish that one off, but I can bombard it from water still. The Austrian embargo fails. You can see here that they went after that. Historical landmarks passed pretty easily, and now I'm getting the culture from my holy sites, from my academies, and the 4 culture is because of the doubling bonus, I believe, since the academies are only at 2. Anyway, I can go for world ideology, which will give me more votes, world religion, but this will make me a couple enemies. Like the Austrians and Iroquois would be upset about that. And it looks like Alexander doesn't actually have a stake in anything. I may actually go that route. Natural heritage sites won't help. Yeah, we're going for the religion route. Assur adopted a religion. It has seen the light of Cthulhu. Now I just need to work on Delhi. Anyway, I'm gonna move this out, I'm gonna move this up, and we're going to stop the video here. So the research labs are almost done. Then I can get back to building my military. I am going to have to build a couple land units to go over there and drive home my point. So we'll see what all I build. I can upgrade the Lancers into land ships, so that's going to require oil instead of horses, so yeah, I have things to think about. Anyway, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.